Get Snap Podcast. What is going on? Your boy Darnell Sparrow, yo bad Superman. Can't have the show without the real Varnell Hill, the notorious Antoine Smooth. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
You know what? They can't start the weekend without listening to us first. We kick off the weekend. And what better way to do it? Gotta listen to us. We the show to get we the show to get you on the go. Put it that way.
Whether it rains, sleet, or snow.
That's right. That it is.
Just like today, we had us a little bit of rain, looked like a storm was coming, and had some gusty wind, but it went through quick though.
Yep, in this Tennessee weather, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if you gonna land in Oz or not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we got some that's so clever here.
But no matter what, we here for you.
All right.
And somebody asked, they're like, man, when are y'all gonna do another Q&A? Well, guess what? Ask and you shall receive, because tonight we gonna do a Q&A. We doing it just for you. And we got some good ones. We got some good ones. And we just gonna jump right into them.
Right.
Since y'all wanted this, we gonna get right into it. So are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
And I'm ready too. So first question: would you be okay with either having Bad Bunny or Conor McGregor going one-on-one with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Because there has been talks about that possibly happening.
Oh gosh. You know what? I have to give it to Bad Bunny. I mean, one thing I can say is he does take the business seriously. He does. And props to him on that amazing Backlash show. You talk about a lit crowd.
Yes.
It felt like I was there. Party. I would love to go to Puerto Rico one day, San Juan. Yeah, that's on the bucket list of mine. But man, it could actually work.
Oh
I
yeah.
can see with him and Bad Bunny. She did such a good job. Him and Damien, they were match of the night.
Oh, no questions asked. That is no doubt. I'm gonna say this: Bad Bunny, Roman Reigns.
Said that should have been the main event.
Yep. I'm gonna say this: Bad Bunny, Roman Reigns, SummerSlam. I'm down with that.
I am, yeah.
Now, Conor McGregor, not so much, and here's why. Now, we seen Conor McGregor in a boxing ring. Now, he held his own when he fought Floyd. They went the distance.
Yeah.
But we never seen Conor McGregor in a wrestling ring.
Right.
We have no idea what he can do.
Now, if Conor wants to, he needs to get some wrestling matches under his belt for that happen.
And we don't know if he's been training, because SummerSlam is right around the corner.
Yeah, they ain't that far. August will be here before you know.
Right. Because if you try to do it, to be honest, I think it'll look sloppy.
Yeah. Because Bad Bunny got experience now.
Yeah, and Bad Bunny, one, like I said, he sells well. He'll make Roman look good.
Yeah.
And he'll make himself look good. We know he's not gonna win, but he'll put on a hell of a match.
Right. And that's fine, and I'm good with that.
Well, I say, as far as the kind of thing, I know why they'll do it. They'll do it because, one, Conor got a big mouth. Number one.
Oh, yeah. Those press conferences.
Those press conferences be all over the place.
He's the king of the press conference, yes.
And two, the Endeavor thing.
Yeah.
So that I'll get.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have been smart about it, they would have used Cain Velasquez. Because Cain Velasquez had some ring time.
Right.
But the last time he tried it, he got hurt.
Mm-hmm. True.
Or at least in the WWE ring, he fought Brock, he got hurt.
Yeah.
But that rival made more better sense. So I don't know about Conor as much, but Bad Bunny I could see.
Yeah.
And that'll draw a whole lot of money.
Yeah. And I didn't realize, man, I looked at this, I thought that was just a gimmick, but I looked up his stats and everything. This is true, y'all. He is the most downloaded artist in the world. This is true.
Yes.
Because, you know, his music, you know, with the Latino, you know, with the community, you know, with the Latin community, it's crazy.
I mean, look when he came out to the ring. He put
Right.
I gotta say, he put Seth Rollins to shame.
He did. Bad Bunny sold. Bad Bunny worked. Not only he sell, he worked as well. I was amazed.
And I think I agree with the dirt sheets and everybody else. They need to keep Backlash in Puerto Rico.
Yes. You talk about a lit crowd. Man, that watching Backlash was like watching a party.
Yes, that's exactly what that was. But one thing I can say is we talking about Backlash and this wasn't a question, but I gotta bring this up. I was surprised. Let's talk about Backlash. One thing I was surprised about is the reaction Bianca Belair got. She did not get a strong. She got booed. They would.
I found, and I did some research on that. You know, Io Sky is very popular in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
She wrestled before coming to WWE. She wrestled there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she became very popular. That's why she got booed. Now, when she come to Knoxville, it's gonna be a different story.
Oh yeah.
She go back home, she's gonna be cheered. Yeah, that's what it is. Io is very popular in Puerto Rico. It's just like Ty Valkyrie in Mexico.
Yep. And the
the
funny thing about Ty Valkyrie, she's Canadian,
yeah.
but her roots is in Mexico,
Mm-hmm. She speaks the language.
which is always that is a big
Yeah.
plus.
Right. She speaks fluent Spanish.
That
She's way over there.
yes, that's definitely a big plus. If you go down there and you learn the language,
Yeah.
big plus.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why she got booed.
Let's see. Second question: do you agree with keeping Bron Breakker in NXT?
Oh man.
Now here's the talk.
Right now.
Here's the
with
talk.
this Braun Breaker,
Here-
pretty much Papa Braun, Big Papa Braun,
Yep.
as I'm calling him.
Yeah. And here's the talk before you answer that. It's that
Okay.
they said the reason that they kept him there because they said it would have been too obvious if they would have called him up.
Yeah. But Big Papa Braun, now he using the Steiner recliner. He's wearing the black singlet. He got the white letters on it. It just don't say Big Papa Pump. I just called it Big Papa Braun. Called it Big Papa Braun.
But I actually like this version.
Yeah, he's more intense. I mean, he was intense before, but he's really intense now.
It's like he was waiting to do this, and he was waiting to go like when The Rock went heel.
Yeah.
Like
He tapped Trick Williams out. He put him in the Steiner recliner.
and
I said, so he's using that now.
now if you know it, he know how to put it on.
Yeah.
Like when Steiner did it, Steiner didn't look like he wasn't putting it on all the way. When Scott Steiner did it, it didn't look real effective.
Yeah.
When Braun do it, it looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Because he bent Trick Williams back like a rubber band.
Right. When Braun do, he looked like he trying to split you in half.
Yeah.
And I like how when he caught Melo, with that spear, like I'm gonna broke his ribs. I was like, okay,
You talk about putting some stank on something.
yes.
That was it. He put some stank on that spear.
And I think it's a good move they kept him in NXT. So when he does get called up,
Yeah.
oh Lord, be well,
So,
be well.
yeah.
He gonna be automatically gonna be in the world title picture.
Oh, of course.
They don't need to put him in the U.S. title. Don't need to put him in the IC. When it's his time, don't even draft him. Just send him up there
Just send him up there, yeah. Make it a surprise.
and make it and put him in a good story. Put him up there with a Lashley. Matter of fact, put him up there with a Brock.
There you go. Oh, gosh.
You really trying to get that could be a good WrestleMania. Him and Brock.
Oh, Brock and Braun Breaker, yeah.
You really trying to get him over.
Yeah.
I would. That would be the match. If you trying to keep him down there, at least till WrestleMania, him and Braun Breaker.
Right.
WrestleMania 40. That'll be the money match, right there.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't tell me. I want somebody to challenge me on a bigger match. If you trying to bring him up,
Mm-hmm.
why not do it?
Right.
Because they wouldn't be. Because I can't see Brock facing anybody else unless they do him and Gunther.
Yeah, that's another one I want to see there.
But I'm just afraid with how they gonna do Gunther.
Yeah.
That's my only concern about that. But I know if they do Brock and Braun, I know they gonna make Braun a star.
Oh, yeah.
Braun Breaker gonna come in with some impact.
Oh, yeah.
You don't be surprised you hear the sirens.
Yep.
He get the sirens anyway. His version of it.
I'm telling you, here, y'all, he need to get his dad's jacket. Get his Rich Steiner 99 2000 jacket. He can wear that.
And matter of fact, get the little headrest. That's Sky War. We just go all out.
Right, go all out, man.
Just don't what. Just,
Bark anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Why is AEW so hell bent on keeping the title warm for Chris Statlander for Jade Cargill? Why?
I don't know, huh? I thought Tyra was gonna win there, finally, but she didn't. I don't know why. If her knee is that bad, just give it to somebody else.
I mean,
Give it to somebody else. I mean, if it's that serious.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with Jade Cargill keeping it, because all that's doing is making her better.
Better, right.
I don't got a problem with her keeping it.
Right.
But why they so hell bent on Chris Statlander taking it from her?
Right.
That's my whole question. I mean, granted, she was supposed to be the one to do it anyway, but if she can't do it,
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is this. Make Jade Cargill, just make her a bigger star.
Mm-hmm. But she's established already, so.
I mean, all you just make her get better and better and better. So when she drops the title, you know what you need to do with her after that? Make her go chase the AEW title, the World Women's title. Now she can go chase it.
Yep.
Then she can go fight the Britt Bakers and the Jamie Haters.
Yeah. And Soraya.
Yeah.
And all that.
But she can build to that title.
Right.
But she'll be established. But by then she'll be. I mean, like I said, she's getting every time you see her, she's getting better and better and better.
She is, yeah.
But for some reason you got people hating on her. At this point I don't see why now.
I don't either. It's just,
You talking about?
Even if she gets better and better, they gonna still do it. They thinking of that first Jade when Cody confronted her. Remember?
Right. And then she
And
was,
still
and she
went
was
to that
green, and she was
Yeah.
green then.
Right.
But she was smart enough to go get training from the right person.
Brian Danielson. That's right. Brian Danielson been working with him. And who to work with, best to work with?
Right.
Then Brian Danielson.
So that tells you she wants to learn.
Right.
I mean, she got the look. She got the look.
She definitely got the look.
So,
Yes.
so she could be money. She
Yes.
got the look. She good on the mic.
Yep. She got her own catchphrase now. That,
Look,
you know,
She can't say the cutter no more.
Yeah.
She said they made her stop saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, she got everything it takes to be a star.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I mean, don't take that momentum. Because every time you take, I mean, look how they did Warlow.
Right.
When Warlow was super hot. Then he cooled off. Won the title. Won the title.
Arn Anderson managing him now.
He won the title, lost it, won. Then he put him with Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
They don't know he want to be hot or cold.
Now that's what I'm trying to figure out. The teaming up with Arn Anderson. I mean, nothing wrong with it. This is Arn Anderson we talking about, you know. But I was trying to see what is the, you know, there was no, hey, Arn Anderson gonna be. Arn just stood there. He was just, you know,
Right.
without them introducing like, hey, this is my new manager or whatever. It just Arn was right there. I'm like, okay, Arn Anderson with Warlow now. They didn't say anything about this, you know.
Yeah, because I know he's working with Brock Anderson and Brian Pillman. So,
Right.
you know they teaming up.
But I'm starting to dig, by the way.
Because you know Brock Anderson doing a lot more talking now.
Yeah.
If you ever listen to him cut
Look
a,
at the daddy in it.
if you ever listen to him talking, if you close your eyes, you will swear that was on.
Yes. He got a little bit of his daddy in
I
it.
mean, a little bit. A little bit. I heard him talk. I closed my eyes. I played it back. I rewind. I played it back and closed my eyes. I swore I thought that was on. I mean the way he talked. I mean the way On used to talk back in the 80s and the 90s.
That was 80s on.
That was back Tully. That was back them On and Tully days.
On and Tully, yeah.
I said, boy, I don't know what. You talk about DNA personified.
Yeah. He can't deny that ain't his song.
Oh, no.
They look alike.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure Brock is not that old. He just look old.
Yeah.
Cause On was young when he came in. He just looked old.
Yeah, he's a pinpoint looking over for your age.
Right.
Yeah.
He probably could get into a bar underage and just look 30.
Right, cause like back in the day, Arn was young. You just
Right.
You thought Arn was like in his 40s back in the 80s.
Right. And Brock at number 26
Yeah.
and look 38.
Yeah.
Now the only thing I think Brock need to do is change the boots. Take them solid white boots off. Go.
Get your buttons like double A, but instead put like BA.
Yeah, he got the BA on. Go get them boots with the trim going around them, like them red, like how his dad and Tully used to wear.
Tully used to wear, yeah.
Get those. Take that solid white off.
Yeah. He got the coat right.
He got a jacket. He got a shirt. He getting there.
Okay.
He looking a little brain busterish. He getting there.
Busters, okay, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with the brain busters. Yeah.
They getting there.
They the same team, they just got a different name. Right.
That's all.
What's wrong with that?
So, what do you think AEW is gonna do with Miro and Thunder Rosa?
No, that's the question there. Y'all, Now these people, they throwing these questions that look, we don't know yet. I don't know what they gonna do with Miro, Thunder Rosa. That was kind of a surprise. Punk next.
I'm gonna tell you what they gonna do. The same thing they gonna do. Miro, Thunder Rosa, and Punk. 3 problem children. They all gonna do the same thing they gonna do. They gonna put them on that new show they gonna have, Collision. Watch.
And I'm telling y'all, Punk is next, everybody.
All of them going, all the problem children going on Collision.
All the problem children.
Yep, all of them going on Collision. Watch.
Yeah.
Don't watch. You watch. That's where they going. They gotta.
Punk is next, everybody.
Wow, you gonna see all them on that show. Cause you know they don't have Dark Elevation no more.
No.
If y'all ain't noticed, they don't have Dark Elevation no more. Well, all them kids, all the one that just couldn't just do right, didn't want to listen. All them going on Collision.
Problem people like going on that show.
And that's 3.
You know what? The one that causes problems in this company, y'all going on this show
Yep.
here.
Because Miro didn't want a job. Thunder Rosa injuring folks.
Yeah.
And we all know what CM Punk did.
Yeah, CM Punk's in picking a fight with everybody. So.
And they're gonna need ratings for that show. So all them going on Collision.
All the problem people going there.
I was shocked Lana wasn't with him.
Yeah.
But they showed her she was at a backlash in the crowd.
Oh, Lana, yeah. She was in Puerto Rico. That's right, she was in Puerto Rico. She was in the crowd taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's crazy.
So that's where they going.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations for this UK show?
Well, they done sold some, they sold a lot of tickets already, so that's a good thing.
They way exceeded it.
Yeah, they exceeded expectations way exceeded.
They didn't. From what I understand, they didn't sell close to about 70,000. So they might hit the.
Cause they had a wrestling show that's since SummerSlam '92.
Yeah, but because they just had the Tyson Fury fight. That was the last sporting event, but not as far as wrestling.
That was SummerSlam '92. Yeah. With the Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they might, don't be surprised they hit that 90,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That show gonna be on point.
Now the question is, who gonna show up? Are we gonna get some big names?
Like Punk may show up.
He should. Nigel McGuinness.
They got Release gonna be there.
I think Nigel McGuinness might put the tights on.
Yeah, I heard about that.
For that show, I would.
Yeah.
And depending on what Drew McIntyre got going on, don't be surprised. Because they never said, what's going on with his contract.
Right. Because if he show up there, he's going to be Drew Galloway.
Yep.
So, yeah. I could see that's going to definitely be some surprises. That would, every Hall of Famer, every wrestling aficionado said, if Tony wants this to be a success, he got to have surprises.
And you got to think
this
about.
Can't be just a regular show.
And you got to think about this. They expected this to fail.
Yeah.
They expect this to fail off the bat.
Because even Kevin Nash said that on his Click This podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He said in order for Tony, if Tony wants this to be, he got to Ric Flair too.
Yeah, he had to go hard.
You have to surprise people in this.
And,
you just can't have like a regular show like Dynamite.
And think about this: if you sold 70-some thousand before a card came out, that's crazy. Now just think when the card comes out.
Right. And
You,
if you don't have no surprises, it's gonna be a bust.
cause you
Even
got,
though,
but like I said, you sold 70,000 blind,
right.
so
For sure.
you already didn't hit your mark already.
Yeah.
So that's a plus in itself.
Right. But if you don't have no surprises,
Oh, he gonna have some. So he gonna get. The thing is, he get Will Ospreay to show up. That's a plus. You
yeah,
get
that's
Nigel
fine.
McGuinness to come out of retirement. That's a plus. You
Yeah,
get CM Punk to show up. That's a plus.
Yeah. You get Mercedes Monet.
You get Mercedes Monet to show up. That's a plus.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, Tony. Yeah.
And think about this. This probably won't even be on pay per view.
Right.
So we probably won't even see it unless unless you got a streaming service or some way. That's gonna be probably gonna be on the UK service. You know that's because right after that it's all out.
Right. That's me what in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's gonna be like in the afternoon. So we probably won't even see it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all out like a week after that, or like either like a week after that or a week before that.
Yeah, you know about it. You've been to England.
Yeah.
You was there, so you know the time zone over there.
Next it's a 6 hour. UK is 6 hours ahead,
Uh-huh.
and then so it'll be in the afternoon here.
So it won't be like you said. By the time they get finished, it's already taped.
Like I said, they won't
We
even.
watch the taping of the show.
Yeah, if they even show it on pay-per-view, like I said, we might not even get it unless you let somebody get a streaming site or something. We might even get to see it.
Yeah.
Tony Khan be nice and show it on Honor Club or something.
Yeah.
Which now I'm thinking that's probably what he gonna do.
Showing on Honor Club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since we on fire with AEW, let's keep on going.
Yeah.
Was the Don Callis heel turn too soon?
I don't think it was. I mean, now I didn't. When he got in the ring, it told. I'm like, yeah, he finna turn now. Because when Don got in the ring, it was obvious he won't turn. Now I don't think it was too soon. Shoot, they've been together since forever. So you gonna turn somehow.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say too soon. I'm gonna just say wrong event.
It should have been at the.
I would have waited. I would have waited to Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Yeah.
That's what I would have done. I would have waited till a pay per view to do it. Cause now you got to go to Dynamite coming up. Now you got to explain it.
Yep.
And now what is gonna lead to?
He could have left. Did that at Double or Nothing. Then on Dynamite, he could explain why he did.
Is the Keshka gonna turn now? Are we gonna do Blood Up? Where are we going with it now?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You could have did it I would have did it at the pay per view.
Yeah.
I think it would have had more. It would have had more oomph to it.
Because I'm trying to figure out why would he. Because I'm even questioning that. Like, now as a fan, I'm like, well, why did he turn on Kenny Omega?
At this stage, and now we asking, okay, is he leading the Blackpool Combat Club now?
Right.
Have you noticed?
All the questions in our mind, yeah.
Excuse me.
Like, yeah.
Because you noticed Bryan Danielson was smiling, and Bryan Danielson hasn't been getting touched a lot lately.
Well, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, if you notice, he almost like the de facto leader.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So they
Moxley just brushed it off like, okay, Moxley didn't care.
So they need to explain. They need to do some hella explaining, this Wednesday, because they got a good 2 weeks for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
They better have some hella matches for that show.
Yeah.
Now this was a throwback. When I saw this question, I was like, okay, I had to do a little homework on this one. But let's see if you remember this guy. Do you remember Jimmy Graffiti from WCW?
Jimmy Graffiti.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to do some homework on this one, and it's funny when you find out who he is.
who was
Well, Jimmy Graffiti, he came around 1996, like late 96, 97. He was a job guy for in the cruiserweight division. You know, had some good matches though. You know, even had a shot at the cruiserweight title. But you know who he ended up being at the end of his career?
What's this?
The Gigolo, Jimmy Del Rey.
Jimmy Are you serious?
Yes. If you look up Jimmy Graffiti, WCW,
He was Jim. That was Jimmy
that was the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey. Clean. If you wouldn't notice it because he's clean. He has short, clean shave.
Yeah.
But when you Wikipedia it, when you Wikipedia it, you know Jimmy's his real name, his real first name. That is him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Graffiti is the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey.
Del Rey. Nuts.
No
I
pad.
know him with the mullet and the mustache. Let's see. Yeah.
There's no pad moment of the day.
Yeah, I did not know that. I watched Nitro and all back then. I did not know that. It was a long
Yeah,
time
go late '96, going to '97.
That was around the time the NWO was getting hot. Yeah.
And that was another one I found out. There was a guy that wrestled in WCW. He was wrestling as the Cheetah Kid. He was a job guy.
Sounds familiar.
And I come to find out, that was Rocco the Public Enemy.
And what was his name?
He was the Cheetah Kid. He was under a mask. He was tan. He was kind of jacked up.
Oh, Fly Boy Rocco.
Yeah, that was Rocco the Public Enemy.
Wow. I did not know this.
Cause I was like, who is this? I said, let me Google. Like, if I see somebody and I was kind of like, who is this? Now look, I was like, wow. You'd be surprised. A lot of those people that's under those masks are actually dudes that's actually in WCW already.
That's crazy. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, fans. Y'all, I did not know this. Thank you for that. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that Jimmy Graffiti with Jimmy Del Rey. I did not know this. I didn't know that was Gigolo at all. Seriously.
And I was like, you got, and like I said, when I saw the question, and I just happened to be, I saw the question, and I just funny, I was just happened to be watching Nitro on Peacock. And it came up. I said, let me look it up. Let me see what it is. Now I was like, what?
Jimmy's
Yes. When you look up Jimmy Graffiti, WCW, Wikipedia will tell you who he is.
I'm looking at now, yep. There it is, aliases, yep. Gigolo, Jimmy Del Rey, Jimmy Graffiti. Right there, yep. There it is.
If you didn't know, now you know.
I know now. Y'all thank y'all for that because I did not know this. Seriously.
And yeah, and he was in the cruiserweight division. I said he had an awesome match with Dean Malenko on Nitro for the cruiserweight title. He was a good cruiserweight wrestler.
Yeah, he was known as Jimmy Backlund, Jimmy Richmond, Juno Kenya, Jimmy Graffiti, Jimmy Del Rey. Yeah.
I said he wasn't Jimmy Graffiti long when he was in WCW.
Yeah.
But he had some good matches though. Was getting shot.
Yeah. When the Heavenly Bodies went over there. And you see there was I think that was still Pritchard and Del Rey. Yeah. And he joined World Championship Wrestling as Jimmy Graffiti. Was part of the Cruiserweight division when against Malenko, Jericho, Mysterio, and Billy Kidman.
Mm-hmm.
Took part in the three-ring battle royal in World War III in '96. Del Rey remained in WCW to a knee injury, forced him to retire in '97. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Amazing. And you wouldn't
Them
even you
man,
wouldn't even
y'all,
recognize them.
y'all fans, man. Y'all some true fans.
Yeah, I'm about to say you wouldn't even recognize him. So he was clean shaved. I mean, it's far from the gigolo. Like I said,
Right.
he was smaller.
Yeah.
I was like, it's certainly not the gigolo that I'm used to. He wasn't swiveling the hips and rubbing the chest.
Rubbing the chest.
This is
Oh
definitely
man, he had some rhythm to him.
yeah, this is definitely not the heavenly body.
Mm-mm.
Let's see.
Right.
Next one. So the WWE unified the NXT women and the WWE women tag titles.
So that did the unification already. I'm talking about the NXT women's title. They did that. When because when at the time Mandy was there, she won.
Yeah,
Now,
so they do it with the tag we got the
now as
NXT.
far as the tag deals go,
Since they
uh,
since for some odd reason,
you you said this yourself. If they do that, it needs to be on all three.
right?
You said that, and I'm in agreement with that. Do it like you did before. Well, if you do that, unify the titles and put it on all three. That way, keeps it interesting.
Because I'm gonna say this: NXT does not need women's tag titles. They don't
No,
need them. They just need a women's champion, like they doing now,
yeah,
and let the like I said unify the NXT and the women's,
mm-hmm,
and then let them bounce around to all three brands.
right,
Because like I said, when Bailey and Sasha had them, that's what they was doing, and I think it
uh,
worked better. Because
yeah, I agree with that.
was Larry Zbyszko as good as he claims?
I've seen his AWA matches, and yeah, he was a pretty good technician. Um, he was more of a mat wrestler. Was there nothing wrong with that? Um, he was all right.
If you go back, he always talked about he retired Bruno Sammartino. Go back and look at that match when he
Yeah,
wrestled in WWE. Larry Zbyszko was actually as good as advertised. Like I said, he wasn't. I know he was good on the microphone,
mm-hmm,
and then he was technically sound.
yeah.
I mean, what more could you ask for?
Because he took
He,
that moniker from
I mean, he took that when he called himself the Living Legend.
Bruno Sammartino. Yeah,
I mean,
the living legend.
he
Yeah,
he retired the AWA World Heavyweight title. He
yep,
retired the Western States Heritage title.
yep.
He retired some. Did he retire something else?
I think they were the only two.
I like the feud. I like that little feud he had with Regal over the TV title.
Yeah,
Even when he was with the Dangerous Alliance, he was the Cruncher.
yeah.
Let me see. I could have sworn. Because he claimed he was from Pittsburgh, but he was born in Chicago. He was billed from Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
but he was born in Chi-Town. He had a lot of accolades. I'm looking at all his championship reigns. I mean, yeah, but Larry was good. He to me he fell under that Nick Bockwinkel type of wrestler.
Yeah,
He was technical and he had to philosophize everything. So he
yeah.
had to use the big words and had to quote everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he was good though.
Right.
Oh yeah, I definitely think he was good as advertised. Let's see what you got. Now this was a good one. Would you have given the Blue Bloods a run with the WCW tag titles?
Oh yeah, of course. Lord Steven and the Squad. Oh yes.
Or you would have gave it to the
They,
Squire?
they the most vicious team I've seen.
Or you would have gave it to the Squire? So you wouldn't have gave it with the Earl of Eden?
No, not just him and the Squire. But you know Bobby Eaton. I didn't get that one. I'm saying this man from Huntsville, Alabama.
That
He ain't British.
that was the point. That was the point.
I didn't get that one. I didn't understand that one.
Cause see what it was.
They put Bobby Eaton with them.
That was the point. See, the thing was, Steven Regal knew he was a great wrestler,
Yeah.
and he wanted to team with. But you know he, in order for it to work, he had to kind of change him up a little bit. Of course, they should have had a title. I mean, they gave it the Public Enemy. Which that I didn't. I was like, nah.
Well, you know, Public Enemy was popular.
I didn't. They didn't to me. Just like when they was in WWE, didn't work. I didn't like when they was in WCW.
When their best matches were with Harlem Heat and the Nasty Boys. Pretty much the tag division was Harlem Heat, the
Nasty Boys,
and Public
and
Enemy,
the American Males.
and the American Males.
And speaking of the American Males, what were your thoughts on the American Males?
Well, you know, you got two pretty boys. I understand that. You know, you got to have a team like that. You see, you got to have two pretty boys look like Chippendale dancers. You know. Yeah, I mean that ain't. You know, if y'all thinking they trying to be like the Fabulous Ones, that was totally different from the Fabs. To know.
Yeah, that was Star Search TV spoke models right there.
Yeah.
It's just like they were just. It's like they were just. It's like they did not have faith in Bagwell as a single. Bagwell should at least been a television champion.
Yeah. He had the look. He had the you know, he got the smile and the, you know, he had the baby face look and all that.
I mean, damn, you put the TV title on Z-Man.
Right. They just preferred him in tag team for some reason. You teamed up with the Patriot. You teamed up with Two Cold Scorpio and one of them. Didn't they win with him and Scotty Riggs?
Yeah, he won all his partners. He won. All his partners he won titles with.
That's all tag belts.
Shane Douglas. Yeah, all his partners he won. The only one he didn't win a title with was Scott Norton.
Yeah. They should have won them.
At least in Japan.
They had great chemistry. Them two, yeah.
At least in Japan.
Yeah.
Or did they?
With the NWO, he really shot off then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been using that since then. Ever since he was in the NWO, he come with the top hat and all that. He's been using that ever since then. And it worked for him.
And probably one of the nicest dudes in person, one of the nicest cats out there.
Yes. It was an honor to meet him.
Like I said, the last time I met him in jail with me and my son. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Now he running around here looking like Mr. Rogers, but.
Rogers, yeah. At least he getting, himself together. That's
yeah.
Good. DDP, well, I'm telling you, he saving lives.
Yes.
Oh my. Shout out to DDP, man. Yeah.
Oh, but Buff is 53. I know he's been coming through Memphis a lot lately.
So then.
Buff has been coming through Memphis a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
Working with Memphis Wrestling.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because Jerry Lynn is supposed to be coming through. Well, he came through already. They showing the tape on Saturday where he came through. So Jerry Lynn gonna be there.
Now, and since we talking about Memphis Wrestling, I'm gonna jump to that question. What are your thoughts on this version of Memphis Wrestling?
I mean, it's okay. I like the concept that they're bringing in. You know, the veterans. You know, the people we know. You know, they brought Booker T, and then they recently had Shane Douglas there.
Yep, they had Shane Douglas,
You know,
Tommy Dreamer, Moose. They bring in. I
Tommy
like
Dreamer.
that they bring in talent from different organizations. I know
Right,
James. I
and
know
then they
James.
do the seminars
Yeah,
with them.
no,
Yeah,
I know James Ellsworth he's been here a lot lately.
yeah. So he got a little group of somebody
Hmm.
in there.
And
So
I, and,
yeah,
and I like how they're focusing a lot of on the home talent, the homegrown talent here.
yeah.
Like we got the posse and Derek King,
King and yeah, we
a
got
lot and a lot of those
some
guys.
people, the local like Mike Anthony and
Mike Anthony,
yeah,
but-
and you got the women's division. You got Heather Monroe, and she coming from championship wrestling from Atlanta.
mhm.
She worked at that championship from Atlanta, so of course they got a connection with each other. And Rebel Kale, she's from Seattle, and she comes down here sometimes. Great
Right.
worker, great worker too. She could be one of those. But she worked a AEW dark match.
Yep, sure did.
Rebel Kale, yeah, she's from Seattle, so
I said
yeah,
I said this one of the things. It's just different. Cause
yeah,
we so used of the Lance Russell and Dave Brown Memphis Wrestling,
yeah,
and and Dustin Starr,
we trying to revive that back.
and I think he's a little bit too into it
Yeah,
for me. I think he's a little bit too into it, but no, he's a former wrestler, so I get it.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he's making it work,
You know,
and I mean, he's involved in the stuff, well, of course he is.
and I know
Pretty much.
they're starting to get more active around the territory, starting to hit a lot of the
Yeah,
schools, a lot of fundraisers, starting to get out,
so that's
starting to get
right.
out and going. I noticed they're doing a lot of Arkansas, Mississippi,
Yeah,
so they're
Mississippi.
actually moving around more. So that's a plus. So they're definitely you know
Yeah,
getting out, and they
yeah,
actually got a home base.
right. And then they hosted some of the watch parties at
Yeah,
David Buster,
yeah,
like they did with Backlash, and then of course they probably gonna do
they,
All or Nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing I see.
Man,
The only thing I see that probably needs to improve is the fans. The fans don't seem as interested as like it used to be. It seems like they're just
yeah,
there, but they're just like
yeah.
the interaction,
That's
the
so
hype.
yeah,
They don't seem interested.
yeah. And so you got some of them as new fans, and they don't know who these guys are and stuff like that, but they need to educate themselves.
And I think that, and the camera work. The
And
way they record it. They got you see people walking in and out and in.
yeah,
Maybe that's just by how they got to do it.
yeah,
But but they like I said, I miss like the old Memphis records.
oh
We
yeah,
fought over the years the Memphis the home of the Rhythm and Brew, the Dave
yeah,
Brown days, the Land Rush days, the Power Pro days. We got
mm-hmm.
spoiled over the years.
Right. I'm
But
gonna
at
tell
least,
y'all
but I
that was
will say
great.
this. I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
They keeping it up. They at least bought it back, and they doing what they can to not lose it. So
Right.
I will give them that.
Because even Jared, God rest his soul, he was there.
Yep.
So, I mean,
So
who's
who?
the founder of it there?
Yeah, I might say who
Yeah,
actually owns it. Do you know?
yeah, Dustin.
Oh, he
He
does. So
runs the whole thing.
so he owns it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he owns. Yeah, that's Dustin's thing. Yeah.
Oh,
So, He
Oh.
trying to revive it. I give him credit for that. You know, he even brought the founder himself.
Yep.
So that says a lot. You know, and those days, man, that was once in a lifetime. You'll never see that again. You know. And us growing up, man, y'all didn't grow up there, man, y'all bitches. It was a good time. Even Mid-South.
Yep.
But they used to show Mid-South over here as well. In the early 80s.
Yep.
They used to show, I was about 3 years old, about 82, 83, they used to show Mid-South on the local stations here. And I watched those along with the Memphis, man. And that was a good time.
And just think if the Coliseum was still open. The Coliseum was still open. The Pipkin building was still running.
Right. I know they tore the old Ellis Auditorium down. That's when, Sputnik Monroe building, they called it.
And where was that?
The Ellis Auditorium?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it was an auditorium. It wasn't on the fairgrounds. It was somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pipkin building is the one you talking about, one we used to see the MCW show.
So they used to be by you be on the other side of the right across from the but they used to be right across from the
right in Tiger Lane.
oh yeah, right. Why when you pull in on the other side of
at the fairground.
yeah, on the fairground.
Was it now Tiger Lane? Yeah.
N-
And
n-
yeah, that was I mean the Ellis Auditorium, that's where you talking about like the Mongolian Stompers and all that was there. The Handsome Jimmys and like I said, Sputnik Monroe, the Diamond and Cadillac man, he was there, he was selling them out.
You know, that place you to see 10,000 people.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And that said a lot in that place. I mean, they used to, and everybody used to play there. See, Elvis used to play there.
Elvis played there, yeah.
See, they used to get the Globetrotters played there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Coliseum.
No, at the Ellis Auditorium. They played in front of an all-white crowd.
Right, yeah, they did.
Oh, okay, the Ellis Auditorium is where the Cannon Center is at now.
Yeah,
Okay, so I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But the Cannon Center, whatever it's called, they didn't renamed it recently.
Yeah. But they tore it down, yeah.
You didn't know that. So let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Gilbert, do you think he was a better wrestler or a better booker?
I think he both. The way, from what I heard from people like Stevie Ray and all these people, he said he could do both. The man, he was a better heel than it. I don't know why the NWA tried to make him babyface. See, down here, see, we know who he is. You see, he's a heel over here. I mean, he started riots in Memphis.
Right, and that falls into my next question. Do you really think he really wanted to be Jerry Lawler?
I think so. Everybody that you talk, that you hear, he said that was his idol. All the aficionados, all the Memphis wrestling aficionados said that Eddie Gilbert wanted to be Jerry Lawler. Even his brother said that. Even Doug said that. He just idolized him, because the way that he draws the people in. Of course, that's his hometown as well, so that's a plus. And Eddie wanted to be there. That's why you saw him wrestle him and try to take the crown from him. He the new king and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he only in 1985 he beat him. That was Jerry Lawler's 39th run as Southern champion. Yes, you heard me right. This was his 39th run.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Southern title for the first and only time.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler was in his 39th run.
And he won it about 156 times.
Yeah. And that was Eddie Gilbert's only Southern heavyweight title run.
That's crazy.
and he became a 3-time USWA champion. Yep, in the 90s.
Technically,
Like the late 80s, early 90s.
now I'm being
yeah.
fun. Now I'm being sarcastic when I say he won it about 160 times. He actually
Yeah, right.
he actually won it. I'm going.
Brian Christopher held the title like a record, what, 40 sometimes?
Yep.
Brian Christopher.
Yeah, they're gonna, okay, he won it. That's unified. What is that? He did Lawler won so many damn titles.
Yeah, that Southern title, that was his only run. He never won it more than once. Because he beat Jerry Lawler at the Coliseum. It was 1985.
Okay, that's Memphis. That's the
That
Memphis.
was the 39th run.
Yeah, I mean, because he ain't won so many versions of the Southern Heavyweight title. So he won the NCW Southern Heavyweight twice. He won the Memphis Wrestling Southern Heavyweight twice. He won, okay, that's the NWA Southern Heavyweight 10 times. So he
I
won.
remember a good part of the NWA as well at
Right.
that time, like in the early 80s.
Right, he won the NWA Southern Heavyweight Memphis version 7 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so he won the AWA version, the one we're talking about, 58 times.
Yes. The AWA version, yeah.
58 times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go and look at Jerry Lawler's history, I know they always talk about Ric Flair, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you really pull resumes, there's going to be a debate of who's really the most decorated champion in wrestling.
Exactly.
It's going to be an argument. If you pull these resumes. But then they're going to say, well, Lawler was more regional. Yeah, but he was winning.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, you won the unified title 28 times, but that still was a world title, and he was defending it everywhere.
Exactly. The people thinking it was just Memphis he defended. No, he defended it in Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana. They used to run shows on Tuesdays in Louisville, and I think Fridays in Evansville. And then have the TV Saturday morning show in Memphis on Saturday.
Yeah.
We had a big show on Monday, and then they did it over again. That's what it was. So it was Louisville, Evansville, Indiana, Saturday morning TV, Monday night at the Coliseum. Sometimes in Nashville too. On Saturday they ran in Nashville at the Municipal Auditorium.
Yep. Yeah, so that needs to be now that would be a good show. Lawler versus Flair. Who was really the most decorated champion?
Yeah. Right.
Should DDP have joined the NWO in '96?
No. What he was doing then in '96, he didn't need to join them. I mean, it would have took away from what he was doing.
Because at that time, he was kind of on his own. Cause that's when he was really pushing the diamond cutter. He was already doing it, but this was around the time he was doing it in different forms, and the fans started getting behind him.
Right, the out of nowhere diamond cutters. Yeah.
The fans was getting behind him, and that's when the NWO came, and then they started telling the story, that Mean Gene was kind of pushing, aren't you and Nash friends? And DDP used to manage Hall, and him and Nash was a team. They
Yeah, and of course later they teamed up and became the Insiders.
and I think that was smart how they did it, because when they thought he joined and he diamond cut him,
yeah,
made him like the top babyface in the company. Just that quick, that easy. This man went from one of the most obnoxious dudes in the company to one of the biggest baby faces that in one move.
You talking about a 360 complete?
That said a lot, and that totally changed his career
Yeah.
when he diamond cut Sky Hall.
Mm-hmm. And then he used to do it out of nowhere. You never knew. That's what coming out of nowhere. Where you think Randy Orton got that out of nowhere from?
Yep.
From DDP.
And it was fun, and he never did it. Even
Yeah.
even in the long run, he never joined the NWO. Never joined the NWO. Never joined the Horsemen.
Yeah. He didn't need to join them.
Which Piper would you have rolled with? WWE's Piper or WCW's Piper?
You talking about old NWA Piper, huh?
No, WCW from the Piper from when he came back in '96.
Oh, that Piper. Oh, I thought you talking about going way back. This, I will be honest, really, that's a hard one because Piper was pretty much, done wrestling in WCW. I mean, he wasn't the same person like WWE. I preferred him better because he was more entertaining. You know, this one here, he tried to be all serious and I'm the icon of wrestling, and him and Hogan, they tried to rekindle that rivalry. That didn't work. He had that hip replacement surgery because he even showed the scar on television.
Sure did.
And I mean, he just wasn't the same person, the same energetic Piper like he was in WWE. So, yeah, I prefer WWE Piper.
And the funny part, he still won the U.
I know he won the U.S. title in WCW.
And beat Bret. And how fun he beat Bret Hart.
He beat Bret Hart, yes. That was deja vu. Yeah.
I don't know. See, that's a hit or miss for me on that one. That's kind of hard.
I think he was more entertaining in WWE. That's what I'm talking about for the entertainment value. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard for me because, like I said, both of them I enjoyed both of them because Piper's because he didn't do Piper's Pit in WCW. I think that's why I think WWE probably had more leverage because he didn't do Piper's Pit. Everybody loved Piper's Pit.
They had their match. That was a good match, actually. That was a very underrated match they had.
Which one?
When Piper and Hogan wrestled again.
Which one? The start.
When remember when Piper and Sean O'Hara?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that match they had him and Hogan. Remember Hogan was undisputed champion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When he was coming out to Voodoo Child.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a very underrated match, but that match was pretty good.
Yeah, that's when you knew Piper was all. That's when Piper was pale. You knew he was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why they brought Piper back to WCW was for Hogan.
Yeah, that's all.
Hogan needed a vet. A lot of them guys came back.
They tried that with Warrior.
And speaking of that, what could have made that work?
Like I said, they shouldn't have done all that. Remember that one where they had the mirror, he was looking back at him and all that?
Yep.
All that stuff, they shouldn't have done all that stuff. Just have to go back to their past, talking about how, I beat you for the belt and all this other stuff. They ain't got to mention the company. And don't make the matches gimmicky. Just have them have a straight up match. There ain't got to be no gimmicks to it.
I'm telling you, 2 things went wrong with Warrior. No, 3 things went wrong with Warrior. When he first debuted that long promo.
Yeah, that long. He shouldn't even said nothing.
The promo went too long. Halloween Havoc. And the One Warrior Nation thing.
Yeah. And then turn the disciple against him and all
that
stuff.
That was so stupid.
Yeah. He shouldn't have said a word. when he came out. All he could have did, you know, he could do all that growling and throwing his hands up and all that, just staring at Hogan.
Then you wrestling
And
with the
then walk out.
then you wrestling
Yeah.
with the jacket on.
Wrestling with the jacket on, yeah. You
You
still had a somewhat body.
Yeah, I'm talking about this dude must be your barber.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It ain't like
promo.
he was all flabby or nothing like that, yeah.
And then you know, yeah. Then the War Games was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have paid him real good. Guys. That.
That's all it was. That was about money then, yeah.
Let's see. We got any more? This is a good one. This actually this is actually it's not even wrestling quick. Oh, we got more than I thought. This is actually a three-parter. But it's a three-parter. Let's see, is it a three-parter or a two-parter? So let's see how they act this. I'm gonna break this one down. First of all, what are your thoughts on John Morant? Cause we going away from wrestling. What are your thoughts on John Morant not making none of the All NBA teams?
They tried to teach him a lesson. That's what that is. That's
See,
all that is about.
see,
If that didn't happen, he would have been on there.
yeah, you
They
know.
tried to make an example out of
See,
him.
and you made an example, all right. $39 million worth.
Yeah. That's what they doing. Yeah. They make an example out of him.
Yeah, $39 million worth of examples.
Mm-hmm. That's all that is. They trying to tell you this is what happens when you try to do all this stuff. Then there you go. So, and I didn't like it, but if it wasn't, if he didn't do all this stuff, he'll be there.
Right.
Yeah. They're punishing him now.
Big time. See, $39 million. Yeah, that's a punishment for
Big
your
time.
behind.
Right.
I see. What are your thoughts on the Tennessee Titans possibly cutting Malik Willis?
I don't think he was ready. I watched those games where he was doing. It looked like he was a deer in headlights. You know, everybody was expecting him to be this big. You know, they compared him to Steve McNair.
Not even close.
Yeah, as far as like body and toughness and all that. No, he ain't nowhere near Steve
He wasn't even Steve Urkel, let alone Steve McNair.
Right.
I mean, what you thought he was a rookie? What you thought you was gonna get, especially in the AFC?
Right. He can't throw the ball. He know how to throw the ball. He makes a lot of mistakes. Yeah. I mean, how you sit there and you drop you sit there and you hike the ball, you run back and you try to look for somebody, you fumble it when you run.
Yeah, that's called not working with the first team.
Yeah.
That's called not working with the first team. That's called not working with the first team. That's called not getting them ready. That's called throwing them to the wolves.
That's why they drafted Will Levis.
And to be honest with you, you really don't know what you're gonna get with him because he seemed like he gonna be that dude that probably gonna be a little bit too cocky until he get blasted.
Yeah.
He gonna be one of them kids. He gonna need to get one good hit. He gonna have to get humbled one time. Since he thought he was gonna be one of them top 10 picks, he thought he was gonna be a first rounder. He gonna have to get humbled one time. Then he be like, okay, I'm good now. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
I see. What are your thoughts on WrestleMania possibly coming to Nashville in 2027?
Oh, that'd be great. When they get this new stadium approved and in the build, they said by 2026 it should be done. And then when I looked at like the plans of it and the drawing and all that, it looks real nice. They say gonna have a restaurant and all these other stuff in it. Well, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And there's it from where we at. Ain't number 3 hours.
3 hours straight shot.
It's a straight shot, 3 hours.
Let's
So,
see.
Of course, I'm very excited for that.
A couple more, we out the door. There's talks of a Goldberg retirement tour. There's a talks of having.
Now, yeah, they said that Vince promised him a retirement.
No,
I thought he had one
this is
already.
something different. No, this is outside WWE.
Well, I know that. I'm talking
Oh,
about. I was just, for those that don't know,
and there's a,
Gold promised him a. I thought he had a retirement match like with Roman or.
yeah,
You
no,
know, he had
no,
all
this
these.
is this is no,
I
this
know he was signed to like a 6-match deal or whatever.
yeah, this is a outside deal talking about something happening like Jerusalem or something, and their talks of
I'm
having
talking about him and Sting.
yeah talking about him and
Yeah.
Sting. What thoughts on that?
I mean, if that's what he want to do, I mean, that's fine. If you want to do that, I know he said his son never saw him. His son never seen him wrestle. And if you want to do that, that's cool.
See, here's the thing.
For you.
See, here's the thing. I don't mind it. Just don't do what the Hulkamania tour did. See, when they did it, it was Hogan and Flair every night, and Hogan kept winning. If you're gonna do Hogan and Sting, do Hogan and Sting on the last night.
Yeah.
Do Hogan and Sting on the final night, because like I said, Sting talking about going out too. So if you're gonna do that, do it on the final
Sting,
night.
Goldberg,
Yeah,
on the last night.
Yeah, do Goldberg and Sting on that last night, and you can do Goldberg and Sting. Do some tag matches.
You're right.
Work. Do something. If it's like a 3-night thing, Goldberg will fight somebody else one night. He can do a tag match the second night and do him and Sting the next night. Do a 6-man, but have that one-on-one match with Sting on that last night. So that way he don't have to.
Last night.
So that way he don't have to do so much when he get the Sting.
Right.
He can do a 6-man one night, a tag match the next night,
And then y'all go one-on-one.
do one-on-one the next night, on the final night.
Mm-hmm.
That way that'll keep you here, and then he can always get the finish.
Yep. Yep.
That way that'll keep you strong. You don't have to do so much. You won't get hurt.
Right.
And they said the dude that's talking about doing it, he's a well-known promoter. He's known for doing a lot of concerts and a lot of shows. But he's well-known, so if they do it, that's probably the route they're gonna go. Of course, they're gonna do it overseas.
Yeah. It'd be best to do it overseas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz August 5th?
Like I said, man, Jake Paul. Like I said, nothing against Nate. He's an MMA fighter. If you want to be respecting the boxing game, fight real fighters. Fight real boxers, not fighters, but fight real boxers. See, that's he going right back to these MMA guys again. If you're taking it serious, go and fight boxers. Nobody tells you to go and fight the top tier guys. Just do exhibitions. Fight the exhibition fights. Get your name out there, work your way up. If you really truly want to box, quit getting these celebrities and these MMA fighters, man, because nobody ain't gonna respect you.
So see, that's it. That's all this is. All this is celebrity boxing. That's all this is.
Right.
I mean,
it's a cash grab.
like I see, I'll give him credit though.
I respect the hustle.
See, oh no, I respect the hustle, and I'll give him credit. When he fought Fury, he fought him.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. He wasn't no punk when he fought Fury. He dropped Fury.
Yeah.
He dropped him in the last round. So like I said, he didn't go out. He didn't go out there. He didn't make a fool of himself. I'll say it that way.
Right.
He dropped Fury in the last round. But the problem was he got outboxed. Fury boxed him.
He got exposed quickly.
So you gotta look at it from this perspective. You need to go out there. If you gonna do this, he gonna get it. What he gonna do? He gonna go get a couple wins on this belt. Go fight some, fight some MMA fighters, fight some celebrities, get a couple more wins. Cause he said he want to fight Fury again. He said he want to do it again. Cause just think if Fury would have took that bet, If Fury would have took that bet, and they would have bet their purses,
Mm-hmm.
he would have had all his purse and all Jake Paul money.
Right.
But you gonna do, gonna do what you gotta do. I mean, he pretty much promoting it. So, but don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Cause now we already know you can get beat.
Yeah.
You're beat. We know you're beatable. So he know better now. They told him, don't do that again. If you gonna fight a boxer, you better fight a boxer. You fought, and now on top of that, you fought a Fury. You really think that dude was gonna go in there and get embarrassed like that? Like, to be told, yeah, he got caught.
Yeah.
To that, he got caught. But he was patient, and he boxed you. And he took, I mean, you took some shots. That's why you lost. He was going in there. He was going in there. He thought he was gonna go in there and was gonna try to go for the knockout like he always do. Get late in the round. Was gonna, and he thought when he dropped him, he thought it was over. Cause that's how most of his fights end. And when he got up, he was like, "Oh, it ain't over."
Yeah.
And what he should have done, and the mistake he made, he didn't go in for the kill. When you drop somebody, he should have jumped on him.
Should have, yeah.
You should have jumped on him and stayed on him. Show no mercy. But no, especially when he thought he won. Big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And then and the funny part, they kept losing points on each other.
Yeah.
From doing all this holding. They were holding each other.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That ref steady was deducting points. So that would have told me, okay, if I'm dropping him, I'm going in. I ain't letting him get nothing on me. And you know how Nate Diaz, that dude a lunatic anyway.
Right. Yeah, at all. Yeah.
So he probably gonna go in, and that's probably the mistake he gonna make. He probably gonna try to go in, and that's how he probably gonna get caught.
Yeah.
So he probably need to be careful. Let's see, we got two more, and we done. Why was Impact Wrestling a good move for Trinity?
No, said, I want to do this. The reason I say is, of course, when she left WWE, that's a good place to start. You don't want to step into the fire too early. Start there, and then sometimes you have short-term deals there. And once you're done there, then you can explore other areas. It's like with Sasha and then Stardom in New Japan. You can do that. But go do some indie shows, more indie shows. Don't just go to the big company right away. Start to Impact, which is the right move. I've been saying that. Her going there, that way she can, you got great women wrestlers there. The Deonna Purrazzo's and the Joan Graces and all them, Some of them she can work with and have good matches with, so.
Yeah, cause she's about to go to Under Siege.
Under Siege.
I mean, she already fought Colin King and won.
Yeah.
She's about to go to Under Siege. It was an open challenge, but it wasn't an open challenge. But Giselle Shaw took the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why it was a good move. Number one, they wanted her. Keyword.
Yeah.
They wanted her.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they actually care about their women's division. And that's the big thing. When you have a place that actually focus on a women's division, you actually can actually do some things.
Yeah.
She has a name.
Mm-hmm.
You saw when they pretty much spoiled it before they even showed the tapings.
Yeah.
She was already over soon as she walked out.
Mm-hmm. He's still doing the glow stuff,
Yep.
so that's perfect.
Yep, still doing the glow stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, she about to meet fresh talent. And being like you said, being as that they have a relationship with New Japan,
Mm-hmm.
she can get some of that Japanese talent.
Yeah.
And she talked about, why she left WWE. It wasn't what we thought it was about.
They were talking about that they talked to her like she was, and she been loyal to their company for years, and then they talked to her like she wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got people talking about, you need to have thick skin and this, that, and the third. No.
Oh, you don't have nobody talk. I don't care what they rank is or nothing. You don't let them talk to you that way. Have some respect and pride for yourself.
And people get me with that. Sometimes you just gotta have thick skin. I'm like, so I said, so I asked people, so if someone was to talk to your child that way,
What you gonna tell your child?
would you allow them to do that, or would you tell your child to have thick skin? Would you let a grown up talk to your child that way?
Right.
And you do nothing about it? I mean, seriously. I mean, there are certain moments where that just can't fly, and people just have to know that just because they have a certain position, they can do that. I mean, just like me in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in 25 years. When I was younger in the game, and people used to talk to me that kind of way, I had to suck it up. I was young. I didn't have it in me to talk back. Guess what? I do it now. I let them know. I'm like, no, sir, ma'am. With all due respect, you can't talk. You're not gonna talk to me like that.
Right.
I'm like, yes, you may be such and such a rank, but I'm still an adult, and so are you.
Right. I should put my pants on just like you, one leg at a time.
I'm like, if you want me to respect you, I would like the same respect.
Right. Where you started, where you gonna finish.
I mean, but they really have people that think that they put that bass in their voice, and you just supposed to just let it be.
Right.
And she
Some
did.
folks ain't like that. Some folks just don't care. Snap.
And that's another thing. And some people, I didn't seen it. I didn't seen people talk to certain people some kind of way, and then it told them, don't talk to me that way. Kept doing it. They told him again, don't talk to me that way. That was strike two. By that third strike, they on their back.
Right.
And then when they wake up, they wonder why they on their back.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, today is Tuesday. That's right.
Or if you say something, and they say it again.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the rule on the streets? If somebody tell you, say it again, and you say it again,
You gonna be on your back.
you're gonna be on your back.
Mm-hmm.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
There are moments where you just need to shut up.
Yeah.
There are moments where you just need to.
Because you're giving yourself more grace.
Moments where you don't need to be bad. Because there's certainly a lot of people that don't need to be in the position that they're in.
Right.
So she did what she thought she had to do. But like she said, she's in a better place. She loves it there. She's glad to be there. And just like when Lashley was there, when MVP was there.
Well, the cool thing about it was
It was like,
Mercedes was to see her debut.
yep. And
Just in the sky. Yeah.
like all them folks that was in Impact, WWE, all of them revitalized their career in Impact Wrestling. So nobody can't say Impact a garbage company when a lot of those folks that was in that's in WWE now was in Impact Wrestling and had a hell of a career.
Yep.
So nobody can't really that's the only thing wrong with Impact, they can't keep a TV deal. That's their downfall. They can't keep a TV deal, but they've been around over 20 years. Had a few name changes, but they've been around.
Right.
So you can't knock them for that. Last but not least, if you was booking the LWO, what would you do with them?
That's a good question. Now, what they're doing with the Latin market, like I said, that's good. But I'm not going to do what they're doing to them now, having to constantly lose. You know, if I want to get the Latin market, I'm going to try my best to have them look as strong as possible. You know? Like I said, since Ray's there, you know, he pretty much of course, he's the, you know, he leads the charge. You know, Santos pretty much like his right hand, you know. He needs to be pushed a little bit more. Of course, you know, with the Selena thing, I thought that was awesome. That crowd game, man. I thought they were gonna cheer her all night off of that.
Let me tell you what's missing. Let me tell you what's missing with the LWO. Andrade.
Oh yeah, he'll be perfect.
They need to go get Andrade. I'm gonna tell you what was funny. I like what they did at Backlash when they bought Carlito.
And Savio Vega.
With that old 96 vest when he debuted.
That was 96.
That vest was so small. Then he had the Los Boricuas theme music. But he been in. He was walking so slow.
Oh yeah, it looked like something was up in it.
Well, you know that's just years. I think he debuted. That's just because he debuted in what 84, 85.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah, he debuted around 84, 85. He's been around a minute. That's just years of just beatings. I thought he was about to bring the rest of them with him. I'm about to say, uh-oh.
As soon as I heard that music, I said, yep, that's Savio.
I'm about to say, where Primo at?
Right. Yeah. There you go. They could have put Primo in Epico.
Because the way Carlito was looking, I'm like, shoot, I'm about to go and bring him back.
I said, God, he done joined them LWO too?
I said, it was throwing hints like he was doing it. Yeah. I'm about to see the way he got over.
Right.
Somebody said he ain't changed his hair in years.
Yeah. That hair ain't going nowhere.
I said that's the one thing they just need to. If you trying to hit that Latin mark, I said the only reason they so popular because Ray joined them. That's it. Yeah. They would not be as popular if Ray wasn't with them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, and they need to win more.
Yeah.
But I think now since the Judgment Day is gone, I think they might start.
Yeah.
I hope at least Santos. Because Santos need to really get on the ball and start winning some matches. Cruz and Joaquin.
Mm-hmm.
It need to hit another. But Santos need a. I think that's the one they really need. They trying to make a star out of.
Yeah.
Now, if Andrade comes back, which I'm thinking he might,
Yeah.
because I think if Ray ever leave, if Ray ever leave the LWO, that could be the person they replace him with.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because the LWO ain't going nowhere.
No.
We shall see what we shall see. But we gave y'all a good 90 plus minutes of our time. I think it's time.
There's a lot of questions there.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions. So now we can go and watch the rest of the playoffs. But as always, before we roll out, you got the floor.
Well, since you're speaking of playoffs, it looks like that the Celtics forced a game 7.
Yes, sir.
So I called that was gonna go 7 games. We got the Warriors and Lakers tomorrow. I know that's going 7. I don't see the Warriors, losing when they go back home game 7. If necessary. I don't see them losing this game. The next 2 games.
Now it's all going to depend on AD if he plays or not.
Because he getting all these nicknames like he called him the Glass Man and Stretcher AD and that he had to get in the wheelchair because of the concussion.
They say he's expected to play, so that's gonna be the determining factor.
Yeah, it's like AD's team.
Because I'm gonna say this, whichever one of them, I'm calling it, whichever one of them win the series, one of them going to the finals.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the Denver Nuggets. But one of them going to the Lakers or the Warriors going to the finals in the West.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. And if the Lakers somehow make it to the finals, they're gonna win it all.
Yeah. I believe that. Because the Suns, Chris Paul, he pretty much when he hurt his groin,
He done. They already losing right now by 10.
Yeah.
They can't hit nothing. Because if they lose tonight, it's over.
They can only do so much. Yeah. The Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they can only do so much.
And Jokic, that dude, I think I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I don't care what nobody say. He got robbed out of the MVP.
Yeah.
He got robbed. Everybody was like, nah, Embiid should have won it. No, they gave that to Embiid. That was a pity win.
Yeah.
And Jokic did most. Jokic played more. Embiid played less games.
Yeah.
They didn't want Jokic to have it the 3-peat. That's what that was. And look, Embiid get to the playoffs. Sometimes he playing. Sometimes, he ain't executing like he should. Jokic been clowning in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Jokic got robbed. I mean, I think Embiid was the scoring champion, if I'm not mistaken. But Jokic was triple doubling like it was nothing.
Yeah.
That's all that was. They didn't want him to be having winning 3 straight years. That's all that was. That was a pity win. They wanted to have him so bad. It was a pity win. And if he don't make it, and if he don't get out, if he don't win Game 7, they all gonna feel sick. They'll be like, see, they'll be like, told you, cause they know Jokic's a beast.
Oh yeah.
They know it.
Oh yeah.
That dude, I mean, what big man can do the stuff he do? This dude can. That dude can board. That dude can shoot. I mean, he'll be. I mean, he earned them. He earned them MVPs.
Right. I agree with this. Cause he banging them boys. He doing all that stuff.
Well, I guess like I said, he got robbed,
Yeah.
and it's gonna show. It's gonna show in these playoffs.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we about to roll up out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. As always, continue to support Bad Superman TV. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification button so you always know when we coming on. Continue to support the Get Snap Podcast and the Get Snap Podcast, the Rollback Edition. We are almost at 11,000 subscribers, so thank you so much on that. And as far as topics go, if you ever got a topic you want to talk about, my information is in the description box. So shoot us an email. We'll definitely get back with you and we'll talk about it. And we'll even give you a personal shout out for recommending it. It's just that simple. But with that said, we love you. You know we love you. Watch this basketball, watch this WWE. We out.